Hi, this is Chris Ritchie from Pieces, and in this video we're going to take a look at utilizing Cloudforms service bundles and the service catalog to deploy full services that consist of either multiple VMs, Ansible Tower jobs, and from one-click ordering you end up getting a full service. So for this example we're going to use first HAProxy, which is a free open source proxy that will work with load balancing VMs or load balancing traffic to multiple VMs behind the proxy. So all we have to do is just order our service. We put in a service name, a name for our VM, the two servers that are going to be our backend servers that's going to load balance the traffic between, and then also our health check ping path. What we put here is just going to be a HTTP path that is going to check for whether the service is active on that node and make sure that, and then if it's active it will load balance the traffic to there, and if it's not active then it won't send any traffic there. So we've created our service request and we will just submit it. And we can see that it's starting the process. And what this is going to do is it's first going to deploy a VM in our VMware infrastructure in Danbury. And then once the VM is deployed, it will launch an Ansible Tower job that will install the HAProxy package, and then it will also configure it with our settings that we set. Okay, now we can see that the VM has fully deployed, and now it will start the Ansible Tower job to install HAProxy and also configure it. And now if we take a look over at the Ansible Tower side, we can see that Ansible Tower is running with the inventory sync, so it's resyncing the inventory with Cloudforms to find the new VM, and once that completes it will run the install HAProxy job and install HAProxy and then configure it with our parameters. And now we take a look and we see the job is running on the new VM. We can see in Ansible Tower that the Ansible playbook is running. We can see our parameters that we sent over from Cloudforms. And we see the job is going right through, running everything that it needs to do. And it's finished. And now if we go over to our service catalog, or actually my services, we can see that we have our service here. And we can see the VM that is part of the service. And if we click on it, it will actually give us the VM details. We can see our VM, its host name, and its IP address. If we go to the IP address in another browser, and go to its stats page, we should see the HAProxy stats. And so we can see we have two servers. One is down and one is up. And that's actually the nature of this application, that one is always primary and one is down and backup. When this one goes down, the other one will come up and HAProxy will send the traffic over to the other one. So that's HAProxy using a playbook and a VM template. Now what we can also do is deploy services that consist of multiple VMs. So what we have here is another example using couchbase. This will deploy 3 nodes. This will deploy a 3-node couchbase cluster running on CentOS, and we can customize the number of cores and the amount of memory deployed to each node. So what we'll do is put in another cluster service name, put in names for each node, configure our memory and number of cores per node. And then we submit our request. And what this will do is deploy 3 VMs on the VMware infrastructure in Danbury, and then run an Ansible playbook that will install couchbase on each node, configure the primary node as a primary, and configure the second and third nodes as additional nodes. And then we'll be able to log in and create our first data bucket. So we're going to let this run, and then we'll check on it in a few. So now we can see that our job is completed. It's deployed the 2 VMs, or the 3 VMs, and Ansible Tower job. We can go over to Ansible Tower and look at our playbook run. And we can see that it ran through the whole playbook successfully. And then we can actually go over to our service. And we can see the 3 VMs that are running as part of the service bundle. And if we go to the first node, which we marked as our primary node, and we can see the VM details. And then we can also put the VM name in our address bar and go over to the Couchbase cluster and take a look at it. So we can see we have our 3 servers, our 3 server nodes, and we can start creating data buckets. So this is a quick overview of what you can accomplish with the service catalog and service bundles in Cloudforms and integrating it with things like Ansible Tower. This is just 2 examples. The possibilities are pretty much limitless. We can customize it to do almost anything. So hopefully you found this useful, and if you have any ideas, please be sure to let us know. Thanks.